What's up, fellas? How you doing, man? Antonelli here. What's going on, guys? So we're going to look at Francisco Lindor right here. One of my favorite players to watch defensively, offensively too, but really defensively. I love him defensively. I think he's got great fundamentals. We talk a lot to our infielders about watching some of the game's best infielders and watching how when you look at their fundamentals, their mechanics, the way they move, the things they do out there, it's very, very similar if you look at all the best players in the league, all the best infielders. Let's talk about just a couple of them here. I'm going to play this a couple of times real quick so you can take a peek. So here he's just moving to his left. Right, makes it look really easy. It's a routine play for him. But I want to talk about a few different things that we're going to look at. So the first thing that stands out to me when I watch this is his posture. So you notice his chest over, right? And so, especially when we're moving to our left as an infielder, but really anytime, I talk a lot to our infielders about getting a good posture and remaining in that posture as you move to get the ball. And so when you set up and you're ready to go, a lot of players are too tall. They're up here. Right, and so what we teach is as we walk into our pre-prep movements and we're getting ready to move and getting ready for the ball to be struck, I want to feel my chest come forward, get this way, right? And so what that does for me is as I get into this position, now when the ball is hit and I move from that position, it gets me closer to the ground. It makes it easier for me to then present the glove, right? And so you can see how by having the chest forward, there's not much room that he has to actually move to get the glove to open onto the ground. So I'm going to stop it right here, right? So when you field the ball, when you finally feel the ball, you're going to have, let me put my glove down for 1 second. Your back has got to get flat. When your back is flat, that gets your eyes close to the ball, it gets your hands out in front. If his back were to come up this way, his glove comes further up from the ground. And I've got to play, I always talk about trying to play below the ball as much as I can. Right? We're trying to play below the ball. We're trying to play from the ground up. So I have to have my back flat. I tell our players all the time that I want you to feel like you're an ironing board and I can iron clothes right off your back. Some players don't know what that means. I'll say, I want you to feel like you're a dinner table. Okay, and I should be able to put a glass of water right on your back. That's how flat I want your back to be. So I've got to get to that position where my back can get flat. But if we go back here a second, notice how he always has this little bit of forward lean. He stays in good posture throughout the movement. And it's really important. What you see with a lot of players, a lot of young players, is that they'll run after the ball really vertical with their chest. So players that are really vertical, they'll have to drop really, really far, right? So there's a lot of movement going on here. And when there's a lot of movement, you're more likely, one, to be late, because I've got to go from way up here all the way to the ground, so I'm going to expose the glove late to the ball. The second thing is it looks really herky-jerky. It doesn't look fluid. Look at how fluid that looks. Look at how his eyes just stay nice and quiet. It's because his chest is forward. If you saw a younger player, and next time if you watch younger players play, just notice how much movement there is right here because they don't get into good posture in their ready position and then move from that good posture and remain there. So I'll show this one in slow motion right here. Again, chest is always forward, okay? Especially when you're going to the left. So that's one thing that really stands out to me. So we could talk about a ton of things when it comes to Lindor, but when I watched this video, the posture of his body was what really stood out to me. But again, if you just kind of go through it here, you're going to notice a lot of the same things we always talk about. It's going to be right, left field, right, left throw, right? And so that timing of the left foot hitting as he's fielding the ball, left foot hit as he's fielding. Now, once he fields that ball, let's back up here for a second. Once he fields the ball, he's going to start to bring the ball to the middle of his body. His elbows are going to go out, right? Elbows go out. If they stay in, your elbows hit your chest. they go out. That allows you to have soft hands and bring the ball to the middle where you can quickly then separate your hands to throw. So notice, elbows are going out, the ball comes up, the ball separates right here. So it's elbows out to here and then separate. Again, as the ball is being brought up, he's going right foot to left foot to target. That's the footwork you want. It's always right, left catch, right, left throw. Again, it's going to be right, left catch, right, left throw. There's not a crossover. It's like a secondary lead in the opposite direction. Right, now as the ball comes up here, he takes the ball out of his glove. He has his fingers on top of the ball. The angle of his arm right here, typically it's going to be 45 degrees. So that's usually what we say. We want to be about 45 degrees, right? The ball doesn't come down. It doesn't come straight back. It comes in this position. So it's not this way. It's not down here. It's not out like this. It's to the middle of the chest, fingers on top. And it's like literally pulling back a bow. And now he's in really good position to throw. Watch his arm action, how short and quick that is, how repeatable it is. One thing that we talk a lot to our infielders about is if you're in water up to your waist, the ball should never get wet. So the ball shouldn't come down here and get wet. So that's one easy way to think about it. But notice how the ball just comes right across the chest, boom, and it's out. So it's really simple when you think about it. It's here, out, here, that's it. Ball just comes across and it comes out. And I can repeat this over and over again, and I can time this up with my body and with my footwork really, really easy. But if I've got a big long arm action and I've got all this weird stuff going on, it makes it more difficult to be in sync. It makes it more difficult to be in good timing. And that's where all of a sudden now your balls start going, one ball's over here, you spike a ball over there. It's hard to repeat. So just a couple of things that I thought stood out watching Lindor. Let me know what you think. Again, we could talk for hours about this, but just a few easy things that I think will help you guys improve your game. So again, let me know if you have any questions in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Give it a thumbs up, all that good stuff. We'll talk to you later. What do you need to be a great infielder? Okay, let's talk about the mental game, because this is such an important part of fielding, and a lot of people don't talk about this. If a hitter hits a ball 90 plus miles an hour, the ball's gonna travel about 90 feet in a half a second. Left. When I catch when my left foot lands, I get to the right, I brace, I go. So I'm gonna bring the ball here as my right foot starts to go to my left. When I take the ball out of my glove, my fingers should be on top of the ball. I don't take it out like this. I don't take it out like this. I'm on top of the ball right here. But it's not just about fielding the ball again. It's about fielding the ball properly every single time. If you're just gonna wait for your team to practice, you're not gonna be a very good fielder. If you're just gonna wait to field at practice when your coach actually does Fielding practice, you're not going to be a very good fielder. If you think you're going to get great fielding 3 to 5 balls in infield, outfield, you're crazy. You've got to field a lot. And so you've got to field before practice. You've got to field after practice. You've got to be able to do it on your own. Don't just wait for somebody to say, let's go practice infield. Go grab somebody and say, let's practice infield. I've put the link in the description if you want to go check it out.